Well, this will be a very terrible video. I've wanted to do a video like this for like a very long time, but like I didn't because I didn't have like a fancy setup or whatever. So like I just thought it would look very low quality. So since the 3D animated shots about inspired by the 24 hours of Le Mans, and it's a race I watch every year. I watch the race every year, and I really like it. So I wanted to make something from it. And since I was practicing animation in Blender, so aside from the 24 hours of Lemans, there was this animation I saw, and it was actually made by the creator of Launch Control. I think his name is Daniel Vesterbeck. I hope I pronounced it right. He actually left a comment on the video on Instagram. So I think it's titled Elation. So I saw, like, before I actually started this, I saw Elation. I was like, wow, like I watched it. I must have watched that thing about like 1,000 times. Maybe 20,000. I don't know. I watched it so many times. I lost count. It was like I even saved it on my phone. I watched it every day. I was like looking at it like, how did you even do this in Blender? Yeah, there it is. Like out of these 75,000 views, I probably won like 5,000 there. I don't know. Yeah, it was very nice. It was actually what pushed me to make this, and it was an entire breakdown. So, but I already started working on it before I saw this breakdown, how the tracks and everything were made. But it was a similar method because I used I think it's called render doc to get the 3D data from Google Map of the track. Then I was able to use that. I was able to use that as a base. So I built the scene for the shots I wanted. Yeah, so that was what I did. It made it like a lot easier because I don't have to like guess. I can just place my blocks where they should be. So yeah. So this was actually supposed to be a very short sequence of scenes. Like I think about 12 scenes, and I actually made it like a storyboard. I don't know if you can call this a good storyboard, but yeah, I made a storyboard about it, and this is how it was just supposed to be. It was just supposed to be like a very simple, very short animation, very detailed animation, but it quickly expanded. I started building on it, and it got larger over time. The scene is set in Circuit de la Start, that's where the 24 hours of Le Mans is held. Yeah, and I had to build like some section of the track and the garage as well. So the assets and modeling, a lot of the assets, especially the cars, because there are a lot of cars present. They all free assets from Sketchfab. Credits to the respective artists. A lot of the environments I had to model them from scratch. I was able to extract the map data from Google Maps for the track, so that helped me building the track a lot faster. Like I said, it was just supposed to be just one single scene, this particular scene here. So it was just supposed to be this sequence here. That was what I actually planned for it in the storyboard. But over time, I just expanded on it and it got larger. I spent a lot of time on it, and there were so many variations. I started like changing things over time. But I spent so much time on this particular because actually this was the only scene that was going to be in the entire animation. So just going to be about like 25 seconds long or something. But then I started adding other scenes. Also, the cars were rigged with the launch control addon. So yeah, it made the entire thing much like a lot faster. Like it was really convenient. It took me a while to get an hang of it, but like when I did, it started to make sense. Yeah, in a way. So the cars were textured in the Adobe Substance Painter, and that was my first time using the app, and it was way more convenient than Blender's. Like I found it way easier to use than Blender's inbuilt texturing. The track is like this particular track, this particular grandstand here was like where it's like my proudest achievement in the entire animation, because I was very new to modeling too. Like I know how to use Blender's interface and stuff to make like basic sense, but this time I actually applied to build a very large scene, and it took me a while to get, and I had to collect a lot of references too. The track building is probably the part that took the most time, because I had to build this entire grandstand from scratch, and I had to just wing it out. And the rendering was done all done in Blender. The rendering was done within Blender, and yeah, it was very slow. Like it was rendered in cycles render. And for the cars, there were so many cars. I actually planned to add about 30 cars, but I think I reduced the number to 24 or something. I wanted the shot where all the cars appeared together, like a shot that captured all the cars at once. Although I couldn't do it, but this was what I did. It was like kind of like similar to what my vision is. I wanted like a helicopter shot or drone shot. I don't know, it's called drone shots. I think that's what it's called. I spent a lot of time on shots I didn't need, like so unnecessary shots. I just crammed in there. I don't know. It was just terrible. I did a lot of it, which I had to remove. Like shots like this, I had to remove this one because it was not really playing any. It was not really performing any specific function. And these two, I think I removed that too. And because of the many scenes that were there, I had to start actually organizing things because I was getting lost in my own work. This was when I started using pureref, and this is like the best app for any stuff like that. It's also for collection because I'm also an illustrator too. I paint race posters for race weekends, DM for commission. So this allowed me to see the shots I needed and the ones I didn't need. So I was just because there were so many other shots, I just removed them. I rendered a single frame for all the shots I have, all the camera shots I have. I think total was about like maybe 20, maybe I don't know, maybe I think we were hitting 40s or something. It was so many shots and a lot of work to render too. And I work on a laptop, so it was not convenient. It took a lot of time. So the story element that I eventually added to it, the story element that I eventually added was this about this guy just sitting down, because I actually wrote that one down. Must see, I don't know if you can see it, but it's not clear. Maybe I will take a picture. So it's supposed to be like the guy just sitting down and staring at the picture. The picture is actually a painting I made. I don't know, let me see, let me pull it up. So yes, this is something I painted in, I don't know, did I date? Yeah, I painted it in January of 2025, January 11 of 2025, and I really liked it. So yeah, so I just thought it would be like an important story element. And so there's this guy just staring at the picture. Probably we don't know who she is. For a very big race like 24 hours of Lemans, so I thought it make a lot of sense. And if you look at some shots, you actually find the picture there. Like here, I placed the picture here, and it's somewhere in the background too, but it's not that visible here. That's it. It's not that visible. It's there. So, and also a lot of the, like if you check a lot of the scenes, like this one, there are these posters all over the walls. Yeah, those are posters I made. Like I said, I make race posters, DM for commission. I made most race posters for weekends, so I just thought it would be nice to add them there. And yeah, these are the original posters. Yeah, this is for the 12 hours of Sebring 2025. It's a fan poster. I was not commissioned to do this well. And this is for 24 hours of Rolex 2025. And this is Charles Leclerc. It's just a fan art. Also, a lot of the liveries, it's not even a lot of all the liveries were just made up liveries, no actual racing liveries. I think there are a lot of real liveries in there that just stuck in there, but they don't really appear in the camera. So for the main car itself, it's actually started like this. This was the initial design. I just wanted something very simple. Like I said, it was my first time using Substance Painter, so this was all I could do at the time. So then I started building on it, and this is what led to the final design. I don't know if I can find the final design. Yeah, this is the final design. And the parts on it are just stuff I just made up stuff. Like this my Instagram name, and this is my friend's name. Is a music producer. This is all my friend's logo. I think I actually helped him to make this. And this, yeah, okay, and the WAC logo and the stuff, and the card numbers and whatever. So, and the other cars too, like not really much thought went into the designs of the other cars. A lot of them just took me less than like 10 minutes. It was so fast. I just wanted something to be there. So like this is just going, this is just very simple. And this, yeah, and the helmet took me like a while too, because I juggled on some, it's like juggled. Like I had a lot of like designs in mind for the helmets, but I eventually went with one I already painted before. The final design was inspired by a painting I made, and here's the painting I made. I made this I didn't date it, but it's probably around last year. Exactly the same thing. I just wanted to, like, I thought I was like, if I had my own helmet, this would be the design, and into the shot, I made it the final design of the year. the driver's helmet, and that's what you see here. Yeah, that's what you see here. Also, there are other posters on the wall too that are not for like this, but this is my cousin's picture. She's a musician, song artist, songwriter. Yeah, I just added it to it, and I thought it'd be nice to just add to it, and that's it right there. This entire garage thing like took me like a while to put together too, because I had to collect a lot of references for actual garages, for actual race car garage, and also this livery was one of the ones I actually spent like a lot of thought went into. It's inspired by my friend from Instagram. I think it's Ria from Instagram, and she actually sent me this design for this side, and what I applied on the car. And because everything's all made up, it's like what I made up. I didn't want it to have like real liveries from real cars, so I wanted it to just be fiction. This belongs to my cousin. This What kept me up is funded by my cousin, and yeah, huge flex. And I decided to just add it there. A lot of cars carry that. A lot of cars carry like this one. A lot of cars carry the sticker on them. And yeah, this also took me like less than 10 minutes to do. So it was just random this, and it can only appear like once in the entire animation, so it didn't really matter. And the scene that took me the most time, was this very, very large scene where all the cars appear. It was so large, and there were a lot of crowds too. The crowds were, I used this add-on, I think like procedural crowds add-on. So I was able to add the crowds. It was somehow easy to add the crowds, just and set an animation for all of them. And the cars were the ones that take the most of this rendering time. I made a mistake of not dropping down the poly count, so the scene was like over, I lost count, maybe 10 million, I don't know. So the scene was very large. It was around 12 gigabytes. So and surprisingly, it didn't take that much long to render this scene because the camera was not that close to the action, so it was somehow fast. But like this shot, this shot specifically, it took around maybe let's say 2 minutes per frame or a minute per frame, I don't know. So the rendering was done in Blender, and the compositing was also done within Blender too. And then I brought it into Premiere Pro for editing. That's why I edited, and I color graded it there. So yeah. So I hope you like the video. My name is Victor Okakume. I am a digital artist. I'm a 3D animator. I'm a poster artist. I make race posters. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and on other accounts we have. Yeah, please like and subscribe. And so I'm at I think I'm at 32 subscribers now. Yeah, so it's very nice. Last year I had 16. So yeah.